Hello everybody, Nemesis here, back with another video, continuing our look back through the ages. Now I know the last video was in a different format, okay, so what happened there was my original videos got corrupted when I tried to upload them and set them on the timer, so I have to redo them. I wanted to try out a new format, so I tried it with Bruticus, and I just got done recording the audio segment of it, so I have no idea how it's going to turn out. So I decided to just stick with my normal format for this one. Today we are looking at the Power of the Primes Prime Wars Trilogy, Punch, Counterpunch. And yeah, this figure is really cool. Now, Punch Counterpunch is one of my favorites. For no other reason than I think the concept of a double agent is really cool. Certainly wasn't because he had any memorable roles in media. So let's take a look at his vehicle mode. His vehicle mode is a supercar. I'm not sure what type. I'm not a car person, so I can't tell you what this car is supposed to be. All I know is it's a supercar. But yeah. The back is supposed to hold together better, but I broke the tab. I've had this figure since 2018. Give me a break. But yeah, so, you can see the nice vents on the top. You can see the windshield. You can see the faux windshield under the real windshield. The back windshield is painted rather than clear plastic, but I'm fine with that. Nice red rims. Got a porthole up top. Underneath, you can kind of just see Punch. You can see his chest. You can see Counterpunch's feet. You can see the paint scuffing because I've had this figure since 2018. You can see some stuff that got in here over the years. Yeah, and you can see his gun, which, pop it off, you have Punch's face, just right here, invisible. Hello, I am a spy. Haha. But yeah, and, like you saw, you can store his gun. It has a little tab right here, or a little slot right there, and a little tab right up here. And slide that in, and boom, it stores. You can still roll him really well. He doesn't have pinned wheels. He has the clip-on wheels, so he doesn't roll that good, but he does still roll. And yeah. Now, for accessories, this guy did come with a the prime armor, which I never really liked and have since misplaced, because I thought the prime armors were stupid. Granted, they made better hands than the hand-foot gun things that Combiner Wars used, but it also made no sense for this guy because he doesn't become a limb at all. But there was one other accessory other than his gun that I have managed to keep. Little Prima. Little Prime Master Prima. Who does not like to stand on this table. But yeah. And a nice little look-see there on Prima's face. There's a decent amount of paint on this because most of it's clear plastic. You can, see the symbol on the back. Oh. Yeah, I guess articulation, the head is on a ball joint. The arms can move up, not that far. They can go out very slightly. The legs can swing up about that far, back about that far. Knees, you've got 90 degrees of bend both ways, because this is how it transforms. You just fold it in half, and then boom, it's a prime core. Now, this can fit into the matrices of the leader class Prime Wars figures. This can fit into the hands of the deluxe class Prime Wars figures. And this can fit into the feet of the Voyager class Prime Wars figures. I'd show you them, but I've misplaced most of those items. But yeah, and even without the Prime armor, Prima can still stand on punch. As you can see, there's little tabs up here. Slot or holes in the bottoms of Prima's feet. And, you know, you can have Prima standing on top of Counterpunch, while he's driving. That doesn't seem very safe. But yeah, so that's basically it for Prima. So, back to Punch. So, let's get into transformation. We're going to go into his Autobot mode first, because that's just slightly easier to go into from vehicle mode. So you're going to want to open these side sections, like this. Open. Basically take most of the car and flip it like this. AKA just bring the legs down. We're going to want to bring in the windshield like this. Fold it up like that. Close the leg up. Do the same thing on the other side. Remove the gun. You're going to want to come back here. Yeah, mine has some squeaky joints. I've had it since 2018. What can you do? You're going to want to pull the arms out a little bit. So you can bring this entire section up. Fold this section in. Fold this section in. Drop it down. Make sure this piece stays down, because that's the Decepticon emblem. You're gonna want to pull, or you're gonna want to bring the fronts of the car out. Bring the arms down. The arms are going to, this section right here is going to tab into this little tab right here. Do be careful, because I did break this one on this side. And then if you know the helmet folds like this, bring it back. Position him correctly. And there we have Counterpunch in his Autobot Punch mode. And yeah, this figure is really cool. This is based off the Japanese version of Counterpunch. In the American version, Punch is the one who had a mouth, and Counterpunch had a mouth plate. But in Japan, they followed more closely to the figure's design. And the figure had regular eyes and a mouth plate for the Autobot, and a visor and an actual mouth for the Decepticon. They kind of switched, well, for the American version, when he appeared in the cartoon, Autobot version had a mouth and a visor. Decepticon had both a visor and a mouth plate. But yeah. So let's get in close so we can take a look at some of the details, not at his legs, at that noggin. That nice noggin that kind of reminds me of Optimus Prime in a way. Is it just me? Probably just me. But yeah, as you can see, there is some tissue in his joints, so that way, because this figure is kind of old, dog hair not included, his joints have gotten a little loose over the years, especially since I really liked playing with this figure. But yeah, as you can see, he does have eyes. But yeah, some nice detail even in here. But yeah, those got some nice detail. His shoulders got some, his entire arms got some nice detail. There's that nice Autobot symbol with a silver background to replicate the Rub Science stickers, I believe. And yeah, he's got some silver and red right there. His legs are basically just the top of the car, but that's how the G1 toy was as well. But yeah, and, back, just as clean as the front, minus these, because it has to be just as clean as the front. Articulation, the head is on a ball joint, but because it has, two faces, some of the articulation is slightly limited. The shoulders are on ball joints. They can do a full 360. They can go up. Because of this joint right here, they can't really do too much going up. But if you use the transformation joint, you can go up all the way. You do have bicep rotation. You got elbows that can bend 90 degrees both ways, because it has to bend both ways. You've got waist rotation, which is really stiff on mine. Legs can kick forward that far, back a little bit more. Outward, you can not get the whole splits. He has thigh rotation, and a knee joint that goes 90 degrees that way, 90 degrees that way on a very squeaky joint, and yeah. Now, just so you guys are aware, if you buy this guy unopened, there is a fix you will have to do. Essentially, his shoulders were misassembled. They should be like this, but they were flipped the other way. It's a really easy fix. All you really have to do is manage to separate his these two sections right here, pull the shoulder out, rotate it around. But yeah, other than that, that is Punch. He can hold his gun, which is nice, really nice. But yeah, I think that's really all there is to say about Punch. Oh, you can flip his symbol down, and it has a hole right there. That is for the Prime armor. But I use it to cover up the symbols in each mode. Because technically, according to the directions, you're supposed to have both symbols visible in both modes. That's kind of stupid for a spy. So, for whichever mode he's in, I flip the other one down. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get him into Counterpunch mode. So, what you're going to want to do is you're going to untab the shoulders, bring them up, rotate them, and bring them down. They will kind of thoop into place. You're going to want to rotate the fist around like that. Do the same thing on the opposite side. If you don't knock the helmet down. Okay, so bring this symbol down. If you didn't already knock the helmet down, bring it down over his eyes. Rotate him a full 180. Bring up his Decepticon emblem. And there you have Counterpunch. Punch's Decepticon disguise. And yeah, he looks really cool. It's basically just the back of Punch, but still looks good. He has the better looking of the legs. He has feet molded in, but they don't come out because this was, Power of the Primes. They didn't do that. But he's stable enough as it is. Eventually if you keep poking him, he will fall over, but for the most part, he is decently stable. Now, let's bring him in close, so we can take a look not at his size, but at that head sculpt. Yeah, the head sculpt is really good. I personally prefer the American version of the Decepticon head sculpt. just because I like the way the mouth plate looks better. I prefer the Japanese punch head sculpt, but I prefer the American counterpunch head sculpt as well. Yeah. But yeah, you know. Got some nice red eyes right there. Got a mouth. A nice looking black helmet. You can see this is designed to mimic the windshield of the car. Like in G1. I like that. I like that. You got the nice red wheels on his shoulders now. A scratched up Decepticon emblem because this guy also ended up at the bottom of box and he got, you know, kind of, yeah. So his emblem got a little scratched up. Coming down, he's got same blue forearms, but yellow, or not blue, yellow, blue fists this time. The paint is rubbing off a little bit around it because while giving him someone else's gun, the handle got stuck and broke off in his hand. And I had to use a drill to get it out. Not fun. Not fun at all. Anyway, but yeah. Yeah. He's got the better shin sections. These are supposed to represent toes. I say they do decent, at least. At least it's something. But yeah. But yeah. And you know, if you spin him around, you have punch, basically. But yeah. And you know, you can still give him his gun, which I don't like that he has the Autobot mode gun in Decepticon mode. I do wish they had given us his Decepticon gun and found a way to work it into store and all that. But you know, what can you do? You can actually store the gun. Just spin it around and plug it into the chest if you don't want him holding it. And you can do the same thing with Punch. If you don't want him holding the gun, you can throw it on Counterpunch's chest / the back. And you know, articulation's the same. You don't lose any, you don't gain any. He is the same articulation-wise. Now, unfortunately, I didn't come prepared and don't have any comparisons ready. So we're not doing comparisons. You'll see more comparisons when I review X Transbot's version of this guy, Bond James, because I did order him. I have him coming from eBay. He should be shipping out Monday. I'm recording this on Saturday, so he should be shipping in a day or two from Dublin, Ireland. And it'll probably take him a week or two to get here. But yeah. So that has been the Power of the Primes Prime Wars Trilogy Punch Counterpunch. This has been really fun. If you want to get a copy of this guy for yourself, eBay. I don't think Amazon has any of him left in stock. They did re-release this mold with Earthrise Barricade in the Galactic Odyssey Criminal Pursuit on Somewhere pack, 2-pack, him and Barricade. I'll try and flash a picture of how he looks in that set on screen. There you have the comparison of those. Out of the 2 decos, I like this one a lot better. But you might be able to get your hands on that version of the figure for cheaper than this version. And if you can get a hold of that version, you probably can also get a hold of Earthrise Barricade, which is cool. So anyway, guys, that has been my review of the Power of the Primes Punch Counterpunch. Don't forget to check me out on Twitter. I will put a link to my YouTube Twitter in the description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.